Hello, faithful friends of the internet. I'm Jason Mayfield, and you're watching another edition of Is it edition or edition? Because it's an edition as in it's an editorial, but it's an addition as in it's another entry into the series. Tear Up Your Bible is certainly more than Bible reviews and talking about highlighters and pens. It is a movement. And if you want to join the movement, why don't you visit tearupyourbible.com. You can also join our Facebook group. Consider this a personal invitation. So someone asked me recently about my natural leather Thinline, and I realized I have never really talked about this Bible with you guys. And that's a shame, because this is one of my favorite Bibles I've ever used. I've been using this every day this year. As a matter of fact, I have used this for at least the last 128 days straight, because that's what YouVersion says. But I don't know if I might have not used the app one day. So that could have messed me up, because I might have just read and not had the app, depending on my situation. That being said, I've grown quite a relationship with this Bible in the past several months, because I'm in it every day, usually multiple times a day. Now, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to see this thing out of the box. You're going to see this thing kind of in the process of getting toe up. I'll even show you some stuff that I've done in here that has helped me a little bit just to have a real easy function with the Bible. But I just want you to know, this is probably one of my favorite Bibles ever. Now, I'm a big proponent of the Thinline ESV. I love the Thinline ESV. For me, in my hands, this is the perfect size Bible. Now, I'm a wide margin guy because I like to write and take notes and do all that stuff. So I have this wide margin side of me that I want a wide margin, but I'm just telling you, as far as every day, grab a Bible, read, throw a journal in on the side or something like that, it's the ESV Thinline. I think this thing is great to preach from. It's great to read from. It's great to study from. This is the Bible right here, okay? This should be the standard bearer for all Thinline Bibles. I don't care what company's making it. They should have this on a desk, some version of the ESV Thinline, and be trying to emulate this as best as possible. This Bible, in general, is basically perfect. Of course, I'm going to point out the things that aren't. But I need you to know that I love this Bible. So this is going to be very biased because I love this particular format of Bible. Matter of fact, I love it so much, this is my fourth ESV Thinline. I've got one in true tone. I've got one in calf skin. I've got one in goat skin. And I've got this one in the natural leather, which I really want to talk to you about. I really want you to hone in and listen to me about natural leather today. We're about to have a for real conversation on this. Heck, I'll go ahead and tell you now. I think, okay, this is my prediction for the Bible community at large. Are you ready? I think right now a big deal is the goat skins, and that's a big deal, like goat skin Bibles. Got to have a goat skin, got to have an heirloom, got to have a Youngblood printed, Schuyler, Allen, heirloom, whatever else they got out there that's in goat skin. Comfort print or whatever they're called. The big thing is goat skin. Listen to me. I think in the next 2 years, you're going to see a gradual, I hope you're listening, Bible publishers, you're going to see a gradual shift to where Bible, in general, Bible publishing, and what the Bible community wants is going to shift from these really nice leather Bibles to a movement towards natural leather Bibles. They are thick, they are sturdy, but here's the benefit of them, okay? You're getting the same natural quality, more natural really than even a goat skin or something. I mean, this actually feels like a piece of leather. But you're getting the same, like, there's a quality feel to this, okay? But it's not so quality that you feel like you have to baby it and not write in it and not mess with it. And you can get in here and still comfortably tear these things up, and it's no big deal. And they kind of split the difference on price. You've got your cheaper Bibles, like you could get a Thinline for $15. You probably get it cheaper than that. You probably get it for $9.99. So you could get a Thinline at a value level. I think they're called a value Thinline, but you could also get an heirloom, or now they're moving over to the premium for this same Bible, which are going to be probably $150, where you could probably get one of these for $70, $80, and so is it an expensive Bible? Yes. Is it so expensive I'm afraid of it? No. This is I'm going to use it Bible. I'm going to get in there. And frankly, one of the great things about it is you can scratch this thing up and guess what? I just made it look better, not worse. So let me walk through some things I really like about this Bible particularly. First of all, I like that it is natural leather because, again, it's nice. It's a deluxe feel without being a premium that you're afraid of. With this one, I actually like that there's no art gilding on this thing. There's no gold, there's no red, no color, no nothing. It's just a white Bible there. Now, I'll say this. I wish that when I held an ESV journaling Bible that it looked like that from the side and it was all white and wasn't cream. Crossway, y'all got to listen to me. White pages will sell some crazy Bibles. Just listen to me. Put the white pages in there. My wife and my daughter both have New Living Translation journaling Bibles that are white paper, and let me just tell you, it's about it. Oh, son, it's so good. Okay? So you want white pages. I like white pages. White pages, white pages, white pages. Back in the day, weren't the white pages for business and the yellow pages were for peoples? I think so. I could be wrong, but I think so. Now, there is something they do in here. I don't know what this is, but this liner in here, it doesn't feel like leather, though it could be. And it's not paper, but it's almost like some kind of synthetic leathery material, and it's like an upgrade from paper, but it's not leather, and it's really cool. This is a great way to do a liner. I'm really impressed with that versus it just being paper and, glued in there to the leather. Okay, so I really like this a lot, and then it connects into the text block here, and the paper and the liner are glued together. But that's a quality move in my opinion. Now with the Thinline, obviously one of the problems is you can't write in it much. So I'll kind of cram something into the margins there if I want to. But this is actually one of the reasons I'm using this year, or using this Bible this year. I was trying not to just write the whole time that I was doing Bible time. I wanted it to be less intense this year. I felt like that was the call, is to bring down the intensity and up the consistency, which this has certainly helped me do. But when I do want to write something in, it's really getting crammed into the margins here. It's a great Bible for writing and drawing in. I love it. Now, this Bible is basically perfect, except for one major strike. Now, there's stuff in here I don't like I don't like the paper that they print the maps on and the presentation pages and all that stuff, because it's like a glossy cardstock. I've never liked it. I wish it was a matte finish. But the one major strike in this Bible is it's got red letter text in it. And look, I know some of y'all are like real bent out of shape about the words of Christ being in red. There's no theological deal with it. It was something that was introduced as a marketing strategy to get people to buy certain Bibles. This Bible's got the words of Christ in red. It was presented as a feature, okay? It would be the same thing as saying all of the words of the Apostle Paul are in blue. It's just a feature. It doesn't do anything. When you write in your Bible, the red letter text has a tendency to kind of just be a nuisance, because it would just do better with black. I mean, when we go over here to black text, you can see the notes and the colors and the underlines and stuff just interface on the page better. And so the heirloom Thinline that I have does not have red letter text in it, which is beautiful. The problem with this is an heirloom, and it's the same problem I was talking about earlier. It just feels like you shouldn't get in there and start marking it up and stuff. You need to leave it alone. And so I've kind of done that with those Bibles. I've left them alone. So that's the one major strike is the red letter. I feel like sometimes these Bible publishers will make, and this is not Crossway only, it's Crossway, Zondervan, a bunch of these guys. They'll make a Bible that is like 98% perfect, and then they'll just leave this one thing in there as a nuisance. It's funny, me and Matthew Everhart, who, by the way, could not be more different individuals, okay? He and I. But we have a very good mutual respect for one another, and we do speak a lot of common language here because of our stuff with Bibles that we do. But we were talking about this the other day. It's like they'll have a 98%, it's almost perfect, and then they'll just throw this one thing in there that's just a nuisance. The problem with the red letter text, it's like all of the medium, grade Bibles where people really want to land, for the most part, everybody kind of wants to be there, they all have red letter text. If you don't want red letter text, you either got to buy a really expensive Bible or a really cheap Bible that, is kind of on the verge of, a garbage make. And that's the only way you get all black text. I just want black text in this particular edition. It would make it perfect. I'd buy a whole case of those. Natural leather black text. Come on, somebody. It's got one ribbon marker. I haven't changed the ribbon marker in here. Sometimes I like to do that. I've been keeping it real simple. I will show you something that I did. One little hack, okay? A hack for the day is that all of this stuff up here in the beginning, all this copyright pages and everything, and then all of the notes here in the back, the concordance and the maps and all of that, you'll notice that I've taped them together. And I used a tape. It's called gaff tape. This is what they use in productions. I use white gaff tape to be fun. Usually it's black. I make it all kinds of colors. But it tears real easy like duct tape, but it holds very strong, leaves no residue, but it's like a fabric almost. And this is a great tape. It's very, very strong, but I used it to tape those up so it feels good. It doesn't feel like there's duct tape in there or anything. Then I also put one piece of tape right here on the New Testament page, and that way I could easily get to the New Testament. And what this has done for me is when I go to this tape, I'm right at Genesis 1. When I go to this tape, I'm right at Revelation 22. So it gets me right to the beginning and the end of the text with no issues. And I really, really like that. That's been a helpful deal for me. All that to say, I think natural leather Bibles, the way to go. Sometimes these will just vanish on you. So I would encourage you, if you want one of these, pick it up soon. Go ahead and grab it. I'll put a link in the description. I may even just buy a second one of these and just have it just in case. Because this is just an excellent Bible. I mean, really, other than the red letter text, there are things that they do that I would change that don't affect me. Like, I don't like the way those maps and stuff feel in the presentation pages. That stuff don't affect me. It's not like you use it, so it's just there. But other than the red letter text, man, that would be it. Make a wide margin out of it. That's the only other thing. Make a wide margin version. But it's basically perfect. So I highly recommend these. So if you're looking for a Bible to really get into and something that's like nice, but not premium, this is it. And it smells good. Smells like cowboy stores. You ever been into a cowboy store with all that leather and stuff? Oh, makes me want to start wearing a cowboy hat, a Stetson. Oh yeah. Ma'am. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Hey, until next time, I'm praying that you continue to experience grace for life through Jesus Christ. Keep tearing up those Bibles, and I'll see you in the next one.